It happened. Juventus are the champions of Italy for a 6th consecutive time.
Breaking history. I mean, they deserve it. To be honest, I thought
incredible achievement.
I thought Crotone were going to be hungrier, but Juve wanted it more than
Come on, Juventus are playing for the Scudetto. This game was all about that. All Juventus needed to do was get a win at home against Crotone, and they did that extremely comfortably. A 3-0 win over Crotone. Beautiful free kick from Dybala, but I don't even want to talk about the game at all. It's all about what the meaning of this 6th consecutive Scudetto is. And to me, when I realized that Juventus were the champions of Italy, something that we predicted earlier on, since before the season started, we had a feeling that this was going to happen, but you can't undermine their achievement. 6 times, no other Serie A team has ever won 6 times in a row. This makes Buffon joint top for most Scudetti ever, even if you take out those 2 revoked ones. An incredible achievement, but like I was going to say, the thing that came to my mind right away was not about the game, not about the performance, but that time when Juventus were struggling this season and Allegri said, the thing I think about is not 3-5-2, 4-3-3, 4-4-2, whatever formation you want. The only number I have in my head is number 6. And number 6 is what they achieved tonight. Legends.
They fully deserve it. There's nothing. They're one of the best, if not the best team in the world right now, and they're getting the job done. Right now, they got 2 competitions down, and they got 1 more to go. They got the Champions League.
What a huge week, right? Coppa Italia done, Scudetto done, and they're on track to get that crazy, crazy treble. You know, the last thing to play for is that Champions League final in Madrid, but right now the only thing you can think about is this final game. And it's pretty interesting actually that the Serie A comes down to the 37th round. There are only 38 rounds, so it came down to the wire. I mean, it was pretty, for me at least, it was pretty straight that Juventus were going to win this one, but Roma really pushed Juve to the edge, getting this far and closing that gap, really pushing for next season. You know, the gap is definitely diminished, but Juve, I mean, how? Like when you think about why no one else in history has been able to win 6 consecutive Scudetti, but Juventus have, I mean, that's something to dissect and learn from and take for yourself. Like, what's your explanation for that? How are Juve able to do it 6 times?
Structure. I mean, they followed a plan. Like a lot of teams that are.
But everyone follows a plan. Like Inter won 5 times in a row. They followed a plan. But what stopped it from getting to that 6? That's so interesting to me. It's such a crazy question.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think my opinion, and then you say yours. Mine is that they keep breaking when they need to. Like something is working, they break it, and they learn to do it again. Like having bringing in Dani Alves and Gonzalo Higuain and Pjanic. 3 players who last year, when the team already won the Scudetto, they weren't happy with that. They broke it. They signed champions who know how to win games and bring that elevation in the next game. That's just my opinion. I think that even when they win, they're still not happy.
I can see that.
What else? What else do you
can fight like for the Milan clubs, right? When they had the superstars, when they sold superstars, they didn't really buy the superstars. You know what I'm trying to say? They replaced them with not on the same level. And I feel like Juve have great directors that can bring in these like, there was a chance with Dybala, but he turned into a great player. So maybe it's a management at the end of the day. I just feel like Juve have superior management, and I still feel like they can take, it's going to be much tighter next season, but I feel like they can take next season's Scudetto too, just because they're a club that's run so well. Yeah,
it's an extremely interesting question. It's something that you really ponder. It's something that I'm asking it just to use in our senses, like the way that they're still you know, selling Paul Pogba in the summer was seen like a crazy thing. One of the best midfielders in the world, one of the key stars for Juve, especially with Allegri, and they were willing to sell him for that fee to bring in people in different departments and understanding what departments were needed to get this to win 6 in a row. And part of it is the competition in Italy, but we saw that the competition is there. And again, last thing I want to say before we conclude this video is credit to Max Allegri. He came in under a time where me, a Juventus fan, did not want him in. Every Juventus fan was crying that Max Allegri was there. We stopped the bus one time in Torino and said, we don't want you, go back home. Conte is our man, and man has Allegri taken in all that pressure and said, you don't want me? Watch what I'm going to do to you. He gave this Juventus a European look. He's won 3 times in a row, and he's just continuing the success in the Champions League final, breaking history, and he deserves massive credit because winning is hard. but continuing to win is even harder. Even Antonio Conte himself said that. And don't compare the two. They're both two great coaches who are winning in different ways, and absolute credit to Max Allegri, who came out from a dark time of what happened with Milan. Extremely hard to go through that. Everyone says you're shit, even me saying you're shit, and then you're able to do this. It's just incredible achievement to you, and congrats to Max Allegri.
It is. He deserves everything he did here. Yeah, like you were saying, coming from Milan, it was a tough time for him. No one wanted him, and he just shown his talent. He shown what he could do, and look what he's doing in Champions League. 3 years going to 2 finals. It's incredible.
And again, it goes back to that Juve management, understanding that even when that coach was broken or in a bad system and having poor results, they believed in the person before just the results. Right. And that's something I think that everyone else needs to look forward to. Guys, we're going to have more videos coming right now. We had to dedicate this one to Juventus. Incredible achievement, 6 consecutive Scudetti, and the reign keeps going on. Let us know in the comment section below. Make a comment, talk to us, and we'll get involved. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Ciao ragazzi.